Niggers are scared of revolution.
Hear ye, hear ye. White God is a good God. Even darkies can rejoice. For even one's cased with the skin of coal can enter the gates of paradise if he hates his own blackness. In white Jesus' name, amen.
What?
That's right, Robert Freeman. You must hate thyself to save thyself.
Who taught you, please? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man?
Teach everyone on earth to love the white man. You too can join us in white heaven.
Praise white God.
Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
If each and every one of you can name 10 niggas you hate right now if you had to.
I never thought about it like that. There's Tyrone, Leon, Eddie.
You don't have to admit it, that's okay. Cause I know you done already counted off 5 niggas in your head. You like, I hate that nigga Jamal. Oh, I hate Otis. I can't stand Usher.
Oh my God, he's right. I hate Usher too.
Before you come asking Mr. Muhammad does he teach hate, you should ask who yourself who taught you to hate seeing what God gave you.
Uncle Johnson, Echo Tuaco and Black Power family. What up? It's your brother in Google. Now you see RENM. And once again, you tuned in to RENM, RBG TV. And you know we keep it G. Raw and uncut common sense. You already know by now, family for the common people. Dealing with the common issues, and you already know we trying to seek some common solutions. So all in together now, family. Nice, loud, and proud. Say it with me. What's the method? What's the motto, the mantra, the motivation, and the madness? It's black love, because you already know that black love is a cure for the black nation. So let's get it. I briefly want to discuss, how can I say this? I want to discuss basically self, us, right? As a people, as a collective. Like I always do, I don't have time, we don't have time nonetheless, to sit back worrying and crying and complaining nonetheless. Not much to say worrying, but complaining without action about outsiders, especially if we ain't gonna do shit to change the circumstance. Right now, this is one of those good old gut checks. Like I said, every now and then we need those. We gotta analyze ourselves. Nonetheless, stand before that mirror, nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, judgment only comes before your own very eyes and your own very life. How you live, what you see, what you think, what you speak. You are the ultimate judge. So with that being said, don't be afraid to judge yourself. Don't be afraid to check yourself. Now, we really have to discuss the level of self-hate amongst the people. Real talk. Because at the end of the day, when you take the veil off your eyes and you look at reality for what it is, you have to admit, again, you have to admit, that's a strong thing that black people don't want to do. You have to admit that as a people, currently, and for a long time nonetheless, excuse my language, I gotta say it because it's the way you all relate to me, but we're fucked up people. I gotta keep it 100 with y'all. We're a messed up people. And we're messed up nonetheless with ourselves. Now, mind you, take this. We'll sit back, cry time and time again. I use the word cry very strongly because that's how real it is and that's how real that you all make it. That's how real we make it nonetheless as a collective. We cry, we complain. We got that down pat. Nobody does it better than us, right? But at the end of the day, at what point in time do we honestly sit back and take accountability for our own actions, man? Real talk. And I say that to say this. Yes, it's very important to pay, pay attention to history, both past and present. Yes, it's very important to focus and center in and key point basically on the cause of the effect versus just rolling in the misery of the effect 24/7, 365. Yes, you must know the cause. And yes, at the end of the day, the cause, to pinpoint it, goes back to racism and white supremacy. We get that. No problem. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. You all victimize yourselves, mentally, physically, spiritually, as well as economically, educational-wise. I can go on and on and on. We victimize ourselves, man. Period, point blank. And at one point in time, again, do we take accountability for our own actions? Case in point. In recent times, in the quote-unquote conscious community, don't have to go too deeper than that. I'm just leave it at that right there, right? There's been a whole bunch of issues with people being scammed and robbed and being taken advantage of and yada, 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 yada. Cool. I understand. We understand. That is an issue that we need to work on as far as our treatment amongst each other, this, that, and the third. But I will say this. As far as how we want to carry out those actions, as far as rectifying the situation and the remedies and this, that, and third, there is no real remedy. It's a straight out quote-unquote banishment. It's a straight out quote-unquote we got to get these niggas. It's a straight out, things of that nature, things of that language. You know it, you see it, you already know what I'm talking about. Right? Now again, accountability must be taken part of the equation. Yes, we get that, we understand that. But at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. With the amount of self-hatred that we have amongst the community, the lack of black love on all levels, you already know what I always say, that's the cure for the black nation, so let's get it. With all of that stuff lacking, right? Again, we're quick to just go to all-out extremes when dealing with each other. Whether it's a violence, whether it's a mental, whether it's a verbal, whatever the case may be, we take it to the extreme when we're dealing with each other. Now, mind you, we get robbed, we get raped, we get pillaged, we get miseducated, mistreated on all levels every single day by these outsiders that come into the community, get money off to the community, and leave and go back to their own living quarters and live good. Now, again, we can cry about it, but again, when it comes down to rectifying that situation for the better on your behalf, on your benefit, nobody takes that step forward. Nobody wants to do anything. You know why? Because that shit requires work. Consistently going at each other, tearing your next brother, your next sister down, or whatever, who happens to have, again, a humanistic flaw that your ass also has. We all have flaws, right? But at the end of the day, we want to knock them off. We want to take them off. We want to get rid of them, etc., etc., etc. So now I want to ask you this question right here, family, and I really need you to think about this. Really think. With the amount of self-hatred amongst black people that's going around, right? Both in the quote-unquote conscious community and the unconscious community for those that like to use those words. Again, there's a lot. So if we continuously just go about just getting rid of them, banishing and this, that, and the third, and don't want to deal with them, then exactly who the hell are you going to have left for your black nation? Who are you going to have left to deal with? Nobody, because at the end of the day, we all got a lot of shit we got to deal with. You know why? Again, because like I said a minute ago in the beginning, we are an effed up people. We can cry about the white man all damn day long. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Personally, I'm sick of hearing that shit. I hate hearing those words. The white man is the devil. The white man this. The white man that. At the end of the day, okay, yes, history has shown and proved. We already know who he is, how they move, how they operate, how the whole systematically thing is managed and organized. We get that. But at the end of the day, you Negroes ain't willing to do shit. We, as a people, ain't willing to do shit. You know why? Because we're busy focusing on destroying each other the same way we was taught by that same people that we're avoiding, the ones that we love to cry and complain about. Yes, the system of racism, white supremacy. You know what I'm talking about. That's a gut check, family. We can cry all damn day long. We fight each other all damn day long, like the best of them. Nobody does it better than black people. Keep it 100. So if that's what you want to talk about as far as accomplishment, that's your accomplishment right there and there, family. There you go. Everybody always wants to talk about advancing this, that, and third, and bragging and boasting on as far as how supreme and this, that, and third. Well, guess what? You are supremely jacked up because you refuse to take accountability for your own actions, our own actions, analyzing, studying, learning the wrongs from the rights, applying the rights to eradicate the wrongs, and move forward. We refuse to do that. We just love to cry. This is why, watch this. This is why when you get into these conversations and these scuffles with white folks or whatever, surrounding the topic of racism, whatever, they're constantly going to quickly deny it. You know why? Because at the end of the day, the real racism at the end of the day, for real, let's keep it 100. It's played out amongst each other, period. You have to take accountability for that shit, for it, family, in order to move forward. You got to do your own gut checks, man. Now at the end of the day, now watch this. Everybody else that we got to go up against, nonetheless, they know who they are, they know their faults, and at the end of the day, they move their faults out the way. They put their differences out the way. They put petty grievances out the way, and they move forward for the benefit of their people. We are the only ones on the goddamn planet that has yet to get that shit straight. But racism, the white man, the Arab, the Indian, and yada yada yada. No, how about this? The Negro. How about that? We all have a part to play in this shit, man. Stop being a goddamn victim, man. That's pretty much my major overall message I can honestly say. We have to stop being victims of each other. We have to stop victimizing each other. We have to stop playing the blame game, especially in-house, man. In order to move forward, you have to clean up your house. And right now, your house is messy. The many rooms of the house is messy. It's dirty. Laundry everywhere. Do you care? Do you really give a damn? Because at the end of the day, we already know everybody wants world recognition. Everybody wants to pay, got this whole the world owes me syndrome going on, but refuse to show and prove exactly what the world really owes. Because at the end of the day, they're not about to pay up nothing. If you're not willing to show value in yourself, if you have no value, why am I going to pay you? Period. Why am I going to pay you any attention if you lack the attention of yourself? Period. Think, family. It's not illegal, man. But again, you know my method, you know my motto. This is why I always say black love is a cure for the black nation. So let's get it. You can't knock me for that shit, family. And a big part of black love, family, starts with self. It starts with accountability. Are you willing to take that step? Gotcha. It's pretty much my message, man. Questions, comments, concerns, you already know, man. Let's get at me, man. Comment section. Let's talk, feedback, the whole nine. Yes, family, like I said, accountability is very much necessary. And for some odd reason, that word it's so scary. It's so frightening to black people. I do not understand why. It scares the shit out of y'all. So at the end of the day, are you really scared of outsiders? Or are you scared of yourself? I believe, honestly, I think accountability is the greatest fear that we have to face at this present time. Accountability. Nobody wants to face that. We can talk about taking it to the system all day long, but until you're willing to take it to yourself, get rid of that little white man in yourself, get rid of the nigga within yourself, ain't shit gonna happen, man. Period, point blank. But in the meantime, between time, man, you already know, man, thank you for walking with me the way I walk with you. You know how we do. Keep it locked, keep it G, R-A-N-M, RBGTV. So let's get it. Black Power, stay tuned, man.